Hello, my name is David Kirschbaum. I would like to talk to you about how we got the Bible. This is an advanced lesson. This isn't for a new Christian. This is for someone who's been in the church a while, serious student, and would like to take their knowledge of the Bible a little bit deeper than what we normally have. In learning how we got the Bible, we'll learn a lot of words and a lot of phrases that we haven't heard before. So you might be uncomfortable at times, but if you bear with me, I'll try to explain it and help you understand in a more greater detail how did we get this book we call the Holy Bible. It just didn't appear one day. It's been in transition. It's been a long story to tell, and I think when you hear the story, you'll find it very interesting, and you'll be pleased that you know the whole story. We start in the Old Testament with how we got the Bible. The Old Testament was originally written in Hebrew. For many centuries, that's all they had. And then around 100 or so AD, Hebrew was translated into the Greek Septuagint, which is, if you read commentaries, it's normally marked LXX. That's what it's standing for. It's telling you that they're referencing the Greek translation of the Old Testament. Also, when the Bible came to being, when Christ was born, there were some books that we don't know about today as a whole. Books that originally appeared in the Hebrew and the Greek, and actually in the early translations. The King James Version Bible actually had the Apocrypha when it was first translated. It was in the Bible for many years until it just disappeared. The Apocrypha are books that are considered worthy of reading, but yet don't hold the standard of being Holy Scripture. Some of the books of the Apocrypha are 1st and 2nd Maccabees, Tobit, Judith, and about 10 more. If you are really interested in this subject, Google Apocrypha, and there'll be some websites, Wikipedia, or in some places you can buy just these books, or you can buy a Catholic translation of the Bible, and they will have these books in it. Other books, like the apocryphal books, they're books like Isaiah and the book of Revelation, books that are really heavy into end times and mysterious writings. And these existed both in the Old Testament and also the New Testament. Then we have books that are called the pseudepigraphal books. These are books written around 200 to 100 BC. They're written by men like you and me, only they would attach a famous name to it, like Moses. One book, for example, is the Assumption of Moses, and that's the name they would give it. That's why it's called pseudepigrapha, false writings. These books are very interesting, and you should know about them. And you may even want to read these. I find Tobit and Judith to be very, very good reading and very enjoyable reading. The other books, it's nice to know that they exist, so it helps you understand when we get to the 2nd century of the New Testament how we sort of get the same kind of books and why some books make it into the Bible and some books don't make it into the Bible. So when Jesus came on the scene, these are the books that he would quote from. Now, when we start talking about translations, it's interesting to note that these Hebrew and Greek are different. They're different theologically. But yet Jesus didn't just quote from the Hebrew. He also quoted from the Septuagint. And he also obviously was capable of using his own translation because he was the Son of God and had that power to do such. But he wasn't afraid to use different translations, depending on his purpose and what he intended to do. We also have some writings in the New Testament that quoted from the Apocrypha, and maybe from the Apocryphal. And Jesus probably quoted from these also. If you, for reference, go to the book of Jude, and you'll see some quotes in there that come out of these books. So the early writers knew these books and weren't afraid to reference them. But somehow they've passed into non-popular situations today and we don't even know about them in the church. And so when people mention these books, we get very uncomfortable because we don't know them, we don't understand them, and we just don't have any idea what they're talking about. Some people will make the misassumption that because these books aren't in our Bible is incomplete. That's not true. It's just like today, we have people who write about the Bible. Max Lucado writes wonderful books today, but his books aren't on the same level as the Bible. So it would be for these books also. As we further go into our study and learn about the New Testament and how it came to being, we'll find out why sometimes books make it and why they don't make it into our Holy Bible. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.